Yeah, it could be.
But when you side only the left?
No, you side the
you side right, of course.
Yeah.
What did we run? You be my guest, I'll watch you.
First time here in Brazil, first time at the track, so it's a track I've always dreamed of as a kid to have a go at, so finally all those years of PlayStation, let's see what it's like.
My first time for me here, quite amazing to be here and driving on this amazing track and legendary one.
Too many years playing the F1 game, I think we always wanted to drive this one. And yeah, it's cool that WEC are bringing us here to Interlagos, new countries and experiencing new cultures. It's always really cool.
Not the first time in Brazil. I actually raced 3 times in F1.
6th, 7th time.
We came for a little track day a month ago just to discover a bit the track.
First time for me, but very special because one of my heroes is Ayrton and I really like this country. I had the pleasure to have a nice surprise from my helmet designer, Amato Design, that prepared this, let's say, masterpiece.
Sean Elegant.
I think it's going to be less tricky than Imola.
It has to be Ayrton Senna mainly, but also a lot of dramatic championship finales. Being British, obviously I remember the Lewis Hamilton one in 2008. Yeah, iconic scenes from when you were a child, and yeah, cool to see.
I'm so excited. Honestly, it's a super old school track, so I think actually the WEC calendar has almost all old school tracks, so I'm really happy. Just pumped for tomorrow.
Great to deal. Welcome in the interview car.
Thanks for having me.
When you see a track for the first time in your life and you've seen it on TV and obviously lots of onboards, how different it is when you're actually physically here. The camber was really surprising to me at turn 1. Obviously I knew it was cambered, but to see the degree of which it was quite surprising, and yeah, I'm excited to drive it now.
You appreciate your job so much because who gets to fly to Brazil to do a job? And very few people in the world, so the track looks quite slow speed and challenging, something very new. Turn 1 is so banked, so far downhill, it's like completely new type of corner that I never drove.
Yeah, so this track is very typical for me. A lot of up and down, and there's a lot of banking as well.
You have completely different characteristics between the sectors, and this is quite challenging for the tracks, for the car setup.
I think traffic-wise, it's going to be probably the most difficult race that we have on the calendar. Track is quite narrow, small. There are some corners where the GT are going to be actually quite fast. All the mid, the part where we're getting, so the slowest corners, the GTs are going to be fast here. Good traction out of the corner, good minimum speed. So it would be actually difficult to pass them. So there might be a big train of cars.
I think actually turn 1, that sequence looks really, really cool. And in the middle of the lap, but I think the whole thing, it's really busy. There's not much time to have a break, and also just looking forward to the race. You know, there's always weather coming in, and it's always changeable. So I think it'll race really well.
I quite like this section actually. So after turn 1, 2, after the straights and until here. So that's super cool.
I like the first corners.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice.
Really nice. It's old style. I like it. A lot of up and down. So
yeah, but you know what is funny?
I think
good. You know what is funny?
It will be a good fun to race here with the Hypercars.
Tu vois, ça redescend vite. Hein. Donc en fait c'est premier, mais tu vas vite mettre la deuxième.
I think it's a really great help for us drivers who have never been here, because with the limited free practices, I think his knowledge and his experiences around here are going to help us start with a step ahead. So hopefully we can use it to our advantage and beat the competition.
Yeah, I mean, of course you can share some experience, but in the end it's about feeling and when you are driving the car. So the basics information you share, but all in all, initial laps, always first laps on the new track or to discover are the most important one, and if you get a good feeling straight away, makes your weekend much easier.